Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Did you say that it was recording?
Yes, it did. Yeah, I had to scroll and say got it.
Okay, everyone, I want to she's now going by Kitty now up in New York City or Brooklyn. But yeah, like I noticed like recently her name had changed on Facebook to Kitty instead of Cat. So Kitty. And when I was there back in April, it was my first time using what's that service called that drove us around everywhere in New York?
Oh, like Uber, Lyft.
Lyft.
Yeah.
And you know, you're like lift for Kitty, lift for Kitty.
Oh, yeah.
A full day to realize what was going on.
It's so funny.
Oh, I liked it though. But yeah, this is Kitty. This is my firstborn.
Hi.
All three of my children are very artistic and creative, and but this is the one who's really just like, what you doing next? And you know, anyway, so kind of interesting.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I know what I'm doing next. I'm going to have some wine.
I know. I was gonna say this has been sitting here, cork in. I'm gonna take the cork out. I just recently, which next time you come and visit me, there's a wine store down the street. It's like 2 blocks on Franklin Avenue called Franklin Wine and Spirits. And the guy that owns it, he recommended this wine, and I had it a couple weeks ago. It's really good. I think it's Chilean.
Okay.
Something like that. It's delicious.
Does that explain your neighborhood? Because I keep saying you live in Brooklyn. You do live in Brooklyn, but you live kind of in a different, like a little, what do you call it? A little borough.
This is a neighborhood. So Brooklyn is a borough of New York City. So it's technically it is New York City. If you live in, there's 5 boroughs. It's Brooklyn, Manhattan, Queens, Staten Island, and Long Island. And so Brooklyn is, I'm not going to say it's the biggest. I don't know if it's the biggest. It's a big borough though. And I live basically like smack dab in the center. It's called Crown Heights. It's court. Crown Heights. So it's surrounded by like Bed-Stuy and Park Slope. Like breaking the cork. And
I know you can get it. I know you can do this.
It's so funny. I haven't done this in a long time, like broken the cork. I feel like the last time I broke a cork was at Leo's when I worked at that wine bar in Asheville. So in front of somebody that was ordering the wine. Oh my gosh.
Well,
anyway,
this is airing on Wine Wednesday, so I mean that's a good topic. Actually, you've learned a lot about wine.
I have, yes. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm like the biggest expert on wine or anything, but I've definitely gotten some knowledge from the industry, which I'm very thankful for. I feel like it's a very fun thing to learn about. I used to, sorry if this noise is bad. But yeah, it's a fun thing to learn about. It's nice to, treat yourself to something that isn't, yellowtail or barefoot. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but to, know more about what you're drinking is nice. Yeah.
I love it. I love, that place in Asheville that you worked, Leo's. Everywhere you worked was really, really nice. And, you've done a lot of things. So
only the best. I mean, I started at, and Luella's was delicious. Don't get me wrong, but barbecue. I transitioned from barbecue to more wine.
Barbecue's not really my biggest thing. Like I like it.
Yeah.
Like I don't just like. I can't talk about it every day.
Right. No, it's delicious, but I never like wake up and I'm like, oh, I'm craving barbecue today. I don't know. Just never, I'm more of like I wake up and instantly want sushi or something for breakfast.
So talk about that. So right there, when I visited Kat in April, in walking distance from her, what do you call it, townhouse? What do you, I mean, your apartment?
Apartment. Yeah.
Apartment. Yeah. So in walking distance, right, just right there, there's a place that now Kat has started working part time that we ate at. Got really nice people,
Yeah.
really nice owner. I think I met the owner or like somebody.
You met one of the owners. So I thought that he would be working there too. But he is focusing on, there are other restaurants that they're opening up. It's in the beginning stages. So they're just sort of getting feels for investors and, concept and name and, looking at properties. They're very much in the beginning stages. So I don't know how much I can say, but I think that he is working on that. But his brother is who I'm working under right now. His name's Francisco. Um, yeah, it's a cute place.
If I had that place, I was telling your little sister this morning on the way to school, I was like, if I had that in my neighborhood that I could just walk to, it would be trouble. Because
Oh
you
yeah.
can walk up and buy a glass of wine, or you can walk up and buy a whole bottle of wine. You can, and all that, those like small plates that they serve, so yummy.
So
Well,
good.
and the name of the place,
La Ñapa.
La Ñapa. Yes.
Yes.
Pictures from it.
Yeah, it's super cute. Yeah, and it's like teal on the outside, so I feel like that's right up your alley specifically.
I was like, it looks like pickles. It looks like the pickles when I had you and your siblings like painting all this stuff for festivals. We paint like wicker shelves and crates.
Oh, exactly that color that it is. Turquoise, I guess, is maybe turquoise is better than teal because teal's kind of, I don't know, a little darker, a little greener.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh, what is this? Like, this is so perfect. Like, anyway, yeah, delicious. So, and just kind of fun and just like a staple in Crown Heights. I feel like I can imagine.
Yeah, for sure. Well, something I didn't know about that place specifically, which it wasn't unique to it. A lot of restaurants started doing this, but they just did it very heavily during COVID. So I moved here in December, so I wasn't around for the peak of the pandemic, but they started selling groceries and just like basic essentials. You go on their website now and they still haven't updated it, and they definitely need to because they don't do it at all anymore. But you can find like everything from like a lime, or a couple limes, to a baguette, to flour, to toothpaste, to tampons, to literally anything. But toilet paper,
like bodega, like just a good old like bodega, like just a
yeah, yeah, because they have that window now. They actually sit inside, because when you came they weren't doing that. But now they have indoor seating, but they have a window that they still use where you can like place your order from the sidewalk. So
that's
yeah, it was very pandemic.
Very much trouble for me. I would be in trouble. I would be out there all the time. Like today, I had to go to Publix to get my wine. I was like, oh my gosh, if I could just like walk up to
I know. I take it for granted. Yeah, I do take it for granted. But now I work there, so I get to enjoy it way too much. Yeah, it was. Huh?
It's yummy. You might as well. My friend Meg always said, "Eat the cake first." Like
that's true.
Yep. You're not. Kat Tillman, Kitty Tillman has never been boring, and that was one thing Meg always said. Never boring. There is nothing boring about your life at all.
No.
Yeah, I am. So, yeah, I always people will say like, "Oh, what's your daughter doing?" And before, like I was always so proud to say she quit school in Asheville. She was missing too many opportunities. Because that's the what that's truly what I believe is like, you know, you just go out and live. You can make your way, and you grew up working. You grew up working alongside of me. We did that farmers market in Atlanta every Saturday. We were exhausted. I saw that there's a picture that we posted. Remember that old Vine video we did? We were like, we're exhausted.
I feel like I had braces at the time.
There's an old video of you playing the ukulele after one of them. I mean, we're like delirious after those markets, but I wouldn't trade those Saturday mornings for anything now. When I look back, like,
Yeah,
that was really good. Really
I
good.
know, so special. Yeah, I definitely miss doing things like that for sure. But
Oh,
yeah.
Dad is threatening me with getting a food truck. He wants us to get a food truck.
Okay. I mean, honestly, it sounds really cute, but it sounds like a lot of work. And
Like,
right. No, you would have to like, it would be like Billups and Rosie's, and ultimately you would just have to like force them to do that. Yeah. No, that sounds like that would have been so much fun had this idea popped up like 10 years ago. But
I feel like some men, their midlife crisis, they get like a girlfriend in a convertible. You know? He wants a food truck.
that's so funny.
Truth. So that sounds
What would you call it?
the fun truck.
Yeah.
Because that way we could just serve anything that's fun with a PA.
Is the minivan still surviving?
No, remember the scooter shop? Remember Scooter Josh?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he has it.
Oh, good.
He gave it to Josh.
He should have. Yeah, that's so funny. I hadn't thought about it in a while, and I was like, that thing has just been like dead. Like you couldn't even use a key
I
or
know.
something.
We had
Like
to
you had to.
in it, and we were like begging somebody to steal it. Like,
Oh, yeah. Nobody wants that thing.
Josh has it now. I think he's like I started to say renovated it like it's a home, but it kind of was.
He's flipping it.
Yeah.
He's got like Phillips has like the LEDs.
Yeah, ambient
Yeah.
lighting, all that stuff. Yeah, that minivan. I mean, it did a lot for us.
It really did. Yeah.
One of my favorite memories is us going on that beach trip, which was really a pickle delivery trip. We go like before we even leave Oconee County, like we haven't even made it like near Atlanta on our way to the Sandestin, and we get that flat tire. And to get to the spare tire, we had to take out 46 cases of pickles. Just to get to And I've got that old picture of y'all, like all the three kids are standing on the side of the road, like they just want to go to the beach. We've just started this trip, and we've got a flat tire in the minivan.
We really put that thing through its limit. So I'm surprised and happy that Josh can do something with it.
Josh has got it. And I love, now you gotta love Josh, because I know that book that I gave you with all the like the hiking trails or whatever it was, like scenic views of
Oh yeah.
Josh drew the scooter in that book. And do you remember?
Oh yeah, of course I still have it.
So sweet. I think he had a crush on you.
Yikes.
All right. Well, what are you cooking tonight?
Today,
Like some noises in the background. Is that Ollie?
it might be.
Yeah. I love it. So
It's
what?
so funny. I know. I feel like everything echoes because it's such a like straight shot. It's very Brooklyn-esque to just have something that's like a almost like a shotgun house, but it doesn't make sense because it's an apartment. So yeah, if you're hearing noise, it's definitely coming from like all the way at the back, like our bedroom in the front.
No, Annie's there, and you're cooking dinner for y'all. What do you?
Yeah. So I am making like taco bowls.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like we had pho last night or the night before. That was last night?
Ramen.
And huh?
Did you make ramen last night, or was that?
Yeah, it was pho. So you use rice noodles, and the broth is a little bit different. It's like chicken stock base, and what sets it apart, I actually didn't have. I didn't have fish sauce, which you're supposed to add at the towards the end, which I cannot stand the smell of fish sauce, but it's so like I don't know, it's very crucial to have it in pho. And so I added just like a little bit of vinegar and a little bit of soy sauce and
I agree.
it tasted really good.
I agree about that. There's this little sauce that I make. Hold on a second, I'll get my recipe. I have it in this drawer over here. Yeah, on this little piece of paper. I made it just the other day, and same thing. It's so stinky, but it's just a fourth a cup of lime juice or lemon juice, and then 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. That's a good amount. And then like 2 tablespoons of chili paste. You know, like the
Yeah.
But anyway, and I make this all the
Yeah.
time. I use it on everything, and at first I was like, oh, it stinks so bad. And now, like, I'll leave it out on the counter overnight and come in the next morning and eat it with a spoon. Like, just like it started growing on me. Like, I want that.
No, and I want that to happen to me because most of the dishes that I love have fish sauce in them, and I just need to. I don't know. It used to not bother me, and then something happened, and now it bothers me. Anyway.
I wonder if you could use maybe anchovy paste.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
I don't know. It's very salty, but so is fish sauce. But
Yeah, but you could probably like dilute it a little bit, or just use a little bit. You know, it's been hard to find anchovy paste in a tube, like, or just anchovy paste in general. Huh?
you should come say hello.
Yeah. Wait, one second.
Y'all, I love Ollie. This is if he comes out, his name is Alejandro, and they have been together for years. They met in Asheville.
Oh yes.
And now they live together in Mount Heights. I was just talking about y'all.
Oh yes. He's coming in a second. He had Trader Joe's just came out with this focaccia bread.
Yeah.
It's just pre-made, you know? Oh, here he is.
Hi.
You're gonna be famous.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I hear Pat's making taco bowls.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Yeah.
It smells really good. But I had to have a little snack because I just got home from work and I didn't eat.
Everybody knows Ollie eats. Like,
Oh, yeah.
will clean all the plates. Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Billups told me about how you've been doing. Like, you sent him some of your music for his game that he's doing. So.
Yeah, I'm working on a little soundtrack for him. I have to do some more songs for it, but it's been really fun to kind of make.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been exciting. It's been a cool challenge to make something more background. Yeah.
I love it. I love all the connections. Like everybody, you know, and kind of like using like everybody's kind of got their own thing, but if you put it all together.
Yeah. It's really fun.
I know, it's the sweetest collab ever.
Yes.
So cute. Like Bills will be explaining things about his game that he's making, and it's like I try to not make it in one ear and out the other. Sorry.
Okay, for people that
but it is
my middle child. This is Kat's little brother, my middle child. And
yes.
So yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't come on with me, so.
He has what?
He hasn't come on with me yet. I told him we were filming today, and he was like, "What? What? Like,
Wow. Well, I'm excited. I'm glad that we planned the trip down so that we get his birthday in there.
Yeah.
yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna decorate early just so when y'all get here, it'll be kind of like, a little festive and
Yeah.
Oh.
That'll be fun.
yeah.
I know. I mean, I really did schedule it around the cheapest plane tickets, but I figured,
So smart. I mean,
I just,
I don't think about holiday dates at all. Like,
yeah.
I think those days are just stress.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, it wouldn't be that bad to travel from Georgia to New York on a holiday. I don't know. But I'm glad that we're getting to come and see y'all for a week because I feel like we haven't really spent a ton like together. I don't think we've spent extended time or more than a few days. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm planning my whole November around y'all coming. So it's like
No.
Ollie's like, oh great.
No, I'm excited.
It'll be fun. And we
Yeah,
can
I'm
go to
excited.
the lake if y'all want to. If you want to do that, we can go up to the lake. I mean, it's not like we can get on the boat or anything, but
I would love to.
Yeah.
That sounds perfect. I'm never in nature. I mean, but your house is nature-esque. So either way, we'll be good.
it'll be
Yeah, well, what are you making over there?
what am I making?
Okay.
Bye. You. I'm making something that I never really made when you were growing up, like doing ravioli.
Okay, you sent me a picture before this and I zoomed in and I was like, that's ravioli.
Yeah, I didn't make the ravioli. It's just, ravioli out of a package, like
Yeah.
fresh ravioli, like out of the refrigerated or it's frozen. And it's just got different cheeses in it. But and that's not the thing really, but the whole thing was I had this really pretty pancetta
Ooh.
that actually came from some farm up in upstate New York.
Oh, cool.
And it's like no antibiotics, all that, nitrates, all that stuff, uncured and everything. So anyway, I'm doing that. I'm gonna make like I'm gonna chop walnuts that have been roasted, and I'm gonna cook up the pancetta till it's a little crispy, then throw in the walnuts, and then toss that with some butter and then some balsamic.
Oh my gosh.
That's gonna be the sauce on the ravioli. And then
Yeah.
I've got a pear, and I'm gonna slice it up, and I'm just gonna make like a lemon vinaigrette with arugula, and then toss it with the pear and the arugula. But anyway, very simple.
That's very simple. No, no, that sounds amazing. I feel like I'm pretty, I don't know, for being like, here with you on camera, I feel like this is a more boring dish that I'm making right now.
I'm teaching people how to cook.
That's true.
We're teaching people how to be a mom and dog.
Right.
Appreciate
that's true.
And our differences and our samenesses and just all of it. This morning you sent me that link to I think you said his name is Chris that was doing the Scorpio time, like the
Oh yeah.
I love watching that. Like I watch all this stuff now and I totally believe it. And I really I check my horoscope most days, on the co-star, and I'll see if it's because we're friends on there, so I'll see if we're lining up together or when it's not a good time, whatever it'll say. Not a good day for Angie and Kat. So anyway, but no, I watched like half of that already, and I really liked him. And that was something whenever I was in New York in April, we stayed in the hotel together, and you went through your sister's, all her stuff, but you didn't really go into mine so much.
I know. And it's not something I'm an expert in, but I feel like, so you're a Leo sun, Taurus moon,
Yeah, I should know this about myself, but I don't.
Yeah, you don't know your big three is what they call it.
Well, I could look at my co-star.
Yeah, pull it up.
Okay,
Because I'm pretty sure you're a Taurus moon. But I forget your rising sign. Aries? Maybe?
Lord have mercy. Where's the co-star? There it is. Well, for one, it tells me today I'm not a saint.
Oh.
It's been mean to me lately.
I don't listen to CoStar. I have to tell you. I don't listen to the horoscopes that it tells me. But it's good for seeing. But it's good for like reading your chart.
Yes. So where do I click on the chart?
So it's sun, moon, and then if you scroll all the way, or not all the way down, but on the first part of your chart.
Moon is Taurus, rising Aries.
Okay, I remembered. Yeah. There you go. I feel like I did go into it a little bit. Maybe not as much as Rosie, but I mean, you know about your Leo-ness, of course. Oh, you're pouring more wine. I'm pouring olive oil.
I already filled up my bottle with olive oil.
I know. I'm like, ugh, the labels. No sponsors. No sponsors.
What if we had a show one day where we had sponsors? Really?
Hey, I don't think it's that hard. I think you could get a sponsorship, Mom.
All right. Well,
yeah, go for it. But yeah, we'll have to let me come a little more prepared, and I would love to do your whole chart.
Okay.
Another time.
I'm not really trying to teach anybody how to cook right now. I'm just cooking, but I'm chopping.
Yeah.
I'm chopping walnuts right
chopping
now.
walnuts. I guess I'll show what I'm working with. Yeah. So I already pre-chopped sweet potato. This is one sweet potato.
Every time I think of sweet potatoes, I think of you. And you know why? I mean, it's for two reasons. Kat, when she was a baby, she turned orange. Skin was orange. Everybody always asked, like, was she out in the sun, or like she's like fake tanner or something? She was orange. I was like, no, I read that sweet potatoes were really like the most important vegetable. And so I fed Kat sweet potatoes like almost
They're a great vegetable.
She was a baby. And then now I've noticed it's so funny that you're cooking with sweet potatoes, because
yeah,
I want to mention that's that thing that you do in the morning, like your specialty, the hash, the sweet potato.
Oh, I love it. Especially with like, I love the veggie chorizo from Trader Joe's.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, it's so good.
It's a veggie chorizo. That's cool.
I haven't looked at the ingredients. But it's really good. It just tastes like chorizo. I feel like chorizo is one of those meats that's so seasoned that it kind of, I don't know, you can kind of make it out of anything. But this is a vegetarian meal, but I'm not vegetarian all the time. I just like to do it sometimes.
Actually, I am too. Because I could totally do this dish without the pancetta.
It's vegetarian.
Yeah, be easy.
Well, just to show y'all what I've got, so I'm gonna saute these long cut red onions, and then I'm gonna keep these raw because I really like raw onion. And then I've got black beans and corn, tomato, avocado, lime I already cut from last night, a lot of garlic, shiitake mushrooms, cilantro, jalapeno, and then the sweet potato. And I've got salad greens that this is going to go all on top of. Yeah. But I'm trying to decide if I'm not going to cook the tomato or if I am. I think I might. Because I like cooked tomato kind of better than raw. Unless it's a good tomato.
Well, I love raw tomato, but learning that my digestive system likes it better a little cooked. Same with lettuce.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Interesting.
That's why I can do arugula and spinach and butter lettuce, but like romaine and iceberg,
Yeah.
yeah, I have to. Well, I don't always do it, but it's best if I wilt them a little bit, like maybe put them on the grill or like char them on the stove or something.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I feel like or I don't know. It's interesting to hear about like different people's like digestive things because sometimes I hear that people can only eat like raw and cooked vegetables do them wrong. But then yeah, I hear like you. That's really interesting. When did you find that out?
Ollie just said hey. She's like Rosie would sneak.
Hey Rosie. How are you?
I'm good. I'm tired.
Yeah. Your hair looks cute.
Thanks.
It's so dark.
And she has bangs.
Yes. I want to recut my bangs. I've just been letting my hair just grow.
You're so long.
I know. Yeah. It's like,
I didn't think it could grow that fast. The amount of time.
even though I fried it with dye, I don't know how. It's grown very quickly.
Kind of in the family, it's hereditary.
Yeah.
To fry your hair with dye. I've been putting cactus oil on my hair now, and it's helping.
Yeah, I found it. I've dyed my hair 14 times.
It's hereditary. It's genetic. Can't help it.
Wait, you use cactus oil?
Yeah, because I figured like it's prickly pear oil, and I figured if a cactus is out in the desert, right, and can keep itself alive with no rain, then the oil from it's probably going to be pretty amazing.
Pretty hefty.
Yeah. So yeah, I got myself a little bottle of prickly pear oil, and I've been using it on my face and my hair.
Okay. I like that.
It's not expensive, not really, not compared to like all these products.
Yeah. Right. I know. It's honestly overwhelming the amount of products that are just like available and like pushed onto like I mean even now, which I don't I don't think that there's anything wrong with anybody wanting to make a cosmetic change to themselves as long as it's like within I don't know, like doing it for the right reasons. But they've been talking about like for people my age getting preventative Botox. And it's just like I think I've got at least a few more years before I'd even like have that thought come across my mind. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's just kind of, I don't know. I feel like every year it's more intense, the types of products that they try to.
Anything against Botox and all, but I am shocked that I've never had it. Like, after all the because I've been invited to those like parties, they would have like Botox parties. And
really?
They would be like your first time free. And when I got my boobies lifted, the doctor there gave me a free, like I could get free Botox, and I didn't use the coupon. And it scared me because I have all
I get it.
I have all these allergies, and so I was like, well, I would be the one that died of botulism from Botox. Like it was.
Yeah, I mean, like I just haven't really given it much thought, and I don't plan to for a while. So I'm not at the stage for making any sort of decision.
Well,
but yeah, it is just really funny. I don't know. I feel like all over social media, it's just talking about how, like, oh, you're 22, you need Botox. But the thing is, that doesn't work because you have to redo your Botox, like I think every 6 months, technically.
See, that's
So
the thing. I was
there's no
afraid
such thing as preventative.
because what if I
Wait,
tried
what?
it once and I was like, amazing, and then now I'm stuck doing it every 6 months.
Right. I mean, it's expensive. Yeah. Anyway, I don't know. It's just all of these products that they say will like save your skin and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know about all that.
What's Honey and Bean up to?
Probably sleeping. Definitely Bean is sleeping. Let's see. It's probably on the bed. But yeah, Honey got a bath today and she was very mad about it. She hates the bath,
Was
but she smelled so bad.
Yeah.
We needed to do something about it. And then I took her on a walk to dry her off. And yeah, and now she's just been pouting all day.
cute?
Yeah, I feel like we need to go to the lake for her.
Yes,
She loves swimming.
we will.
Yeah, that's definitely gonna happen. Yeah, my friend Scout who lives around the corner.
You said. I just realized what you said. So when
What?
you're mom, you're bringing Honey and Bean.
Or oh wait, oh my gosh, wait, no, I can't. Sorry, I'm so used to like driving. No, we have to fly. Never mind.
Oh shoot! I was like
Oh, that makes me so sad. Okay, never mind.
going on the plane. Oh.
I know. I don't know if that'll work. I don't know. It just sounds like a lot to plan for. Oh my gosh, why? I don't even know. I was just talking. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of the first real time that we're, like traveling for the holidays from New York,
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a lot different.
Like, she's not going to be here for Christmas, and she's not going to be here for Thanksgiving, but she's going to be here the end of November for like a week in December. I think it's even better because we don't have. It's not like we have to get all caught up in the scheduled events.
That's true. I know. I wonder what extended family must think, but
I don't know.
I know. It's just I feel bad because
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just harder now.
It's hard. Yeah.
But it won't always be like this. One day, I mean, part of it's just money,
You can't make everybody happy. You have to focus on yourself sometimes. It's okay to be a little self-centered.
True. That's true. That's something that yeah, my old manager told me actually. It's funny that you bring it up. Yeah, my old manager from White Labs, actually, Sal, who I ended up nannying for, told me that.
You gotta take care of yourself. It's that same thing about like when you're on an airplane, putting on your mask first. If you don't, if you're not gonna take care of yourself, how can you save the person next to you? So you've got to take care of yourself. And I know a lot of times, like my family in South Georgia will go, "You came through, and y'all didn't even call, or you didn't even stop by, or whatever." And I'm like,
Right. I mean,
what?
there are just certain times too that like you can't, I mean, it's in both of your best interests for that to not happen just because maybe if you're not feeling it, then it has nothing to do with the other person and it only has to do with you, and you gotta, yeah, protect your energy. Make sure that you are I don't know. Just like, I don't know, prepared. Like sometimes I feel like I really have to mentally prepare myself to be around certain people. And it doesn't matter who they are, and it doesn't matter how much I love them. Like sometimes it just,
Yeah.
yeah, it takes a lot of energy.
Well, I feel like you have always kind of put everything into things. So you're not just gonna go and just go to something just to go to something.
Right.
You're not,
And that is also something I'm working on, because as much as it's like kind of been, sorry, I'm like crushing garlic and peeling it. As much as I think that's been ingrained into my personality, it's also, I feel like I put like kind of a too high expectation of how I need to show up on myself. You know what I mean?
well,
Yeah, which isn't always a terrible thing, but it's, it's a lot to live up to.
well, and I consider myself like major empath because everything it drains me. It's sort of like
Yeah.
in the farmers market days, even. You
Oh
may
my gosh. Those were, I mean, yeah, how could you do it? Like, we would try to, like, maybe think about doing something in Atlanta after the farmers market, and there was no way.
yeah, we did
Yeah.
a festival here a few weeks ago, and it reminded me of that. It was in my farmers market booth here, but the farmers market we do now is not that busy. It's not like it was when you and I
Right. You do the Oconee?
Oconee one. Yeah,
Yeah.
I really love it. And we've got big things happening this year. Like we're moving to a new spot, and I'm excited
Oh, nice.
we're doing. I'm on the board now, so it's moving and shaking some things up. But so we were able to, instead of, you know how we used to do the Oconee Fall Festival when you were here, and we would do it out on the field.
Yeah.
Yes. So since we already had our farmers market booth and the farmers market was happening that day, we stayed in our farmers market spot. We paid $10. Whereas if we had done the festival, we would have had to pay $180.
Oh my gosh.
Made the
Wow. Well, that's nice.
we made the same, if not more. I mean, it was like we did fine.
Oh.
But at the end of the day, I was like, what just happened? Like I was so drained. And it wasn't drained from being tired. I didn't work hard. Like dad, you know, got everything. They had volunteers that got everything out of our car for us and like helped us set up, and like that made it so nice. That's the good thing about being with the farmers market too. It's like we have helpers, like volunteers from the Beta Club from school.
Yeah.
And so, but I was exhausted because I swear it's because energies. It's just like,
Right. I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to be, because I feel like, especially with your own business, you're sort of like, you're signing up to be the center of attention, and you're also signing up to be like a broken record.
yeah,
You have to
over and
give
over.
your spiel like over and over again. And
You know how many people ask for chow chow? Do you know it was my first? I know you get this. You get this. It was the first thing I sold.
sweet pickles.
I went through our pantry and I found some old chow chow we had made, and I'm like,
Oh yeah,
I'm just gonna take it and see what happens. It was the very first thing that sold.
that's so funny. And it's, you know what? Like, it's also just so funny being, like, it's been almost a year that I've been up here. I guarantee you that 99.9% of people up here have never heard of or could even make an educated guess on what chow chow is.
It's chow chow. They probably think it's like chum that you throw to sharks. Like throw out. Yeah,
Right. Or they probably think of like the dog, like a chow.
Oh, it's a chow dog. Oh, okay.
Yeah, right.
That's dude. Chow chow dog.
So funny. Wow. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. There's something about it. Well, in Asheville, there's even a festival. It's called the I think it's called Chow Chow Fest.
Okay.
And it's just where like restaurants, like head chefs of restaurants, and I think just like private chefs in general, sort of have like these little like competitions and also just provide food for a weekend for this sort of event you get tickets for. I always wanted to go, but I was always working in service industry and it was always on a weekend. So I could never go. But yeah, it was just funny. It was also called Chow Chow.
You've done a lot of things. I hope you realize like all the things that you've done your belt already. Like just even in Asheville and just the connections you made and also just not even if you want to consider them as connections, but also just like yeah, I got to know that kind of person and that kind of person and that person. You know, I was thinking the other day, like Rosie's been watching Stranger Things.
I finished that like a couple months
She
ago.
finished it she says, I finished it a couple months ago.
So yesterday.
But I remember you were working with someone who, you know, helped with even that. Like,
Oh yeah. I know it's pretty crazy. Actually, this is interesting. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this actually. I'll have to tell you later. I won't say the company name, I guess, and I won't say who my friend is, but my friend, I feel like it's probably fine to say, but I don't want to risk it. Works for a colorist company in New York. So it's basically, they do coloring for like films and TV shows and things like that. You know the show Euphoria?
Euphoria, Rosie's over here. She told me she didn't want to be on camera, but yet she's chiming in constantly. She's like, I don't know the show. I know the perfume Euphoria that I used to love, but I don't know the show.
Well, it's a big show. It's HBO, but yeah, they did like the coloring for that and like Marvel movies, and just I'm not a big Marvel fan, but it's still, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I have I'm very much surrounded by a lot of very like talented people.
It reminds me of, and I hate that I'm so far away, but I got to get to Cheddar. What was I about to say? Creative people. It reminds me of 2008 when we went through that recession. You were little, and I remember thinking, I used to put this on Twitter all the time. I would say, the creative people are the ones who are going to make it.
Yeah. No, because there's a sense of survival when you have, you don't even have to be an artist in the traditional way, but just whenever you do put your time and energy into something creative outside of like how you make money, or maybe it is the way that you make money, which that's, something to be grateful for. You make do so much all the time, like, I don't know. Huh?
Great dude. You can figure it out. You were old enough to remember, like, we just kind of made it work.
Right.
Like,
no, I totally remember.
When I got on Twitter that year, I was starting Fickles, and I remember there were other artisans like us, we called ourselves artisans, coming along. Shotwell, remember the caramel company that we sold their caramels in our store?
Oh yeah, Postre.
Yeah.
Right?
I know that's from Asheville. I know you're.
Yeah. They're from Asheville. No,
caramel in a tube.
Huh?
About the little caramels we sold in the jars.
Oh, I know, and they also had the sauce.
Yeah. Well,
yeah,
the jars were from Tennessee. It was called Shotwell caramels. They were the ones from Tennessee. But anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So those are separate.
Yeah, Shotwell caramels. But I
Yeah.
remember they sent me their stuff, you know, in hopes that we would sell them in our store, and they were so delicious. Remember all the different flavors, and maybe salted ones, salted caramel would be just my favorite.
It's so good.
But yeah, they started the same, just like us, like 2008 recession, like got creative, like, hey, we knew how to make this. Let's just see if we can brand it. And they, I think the first place I saw them was Garden and Gun magazine, just like us. That was the first publication.
Yeah. Right. I mean,
You
it's just about
Pat Norman.
Huh?
The very first time we were ever in a magazine was Garden and Gun, and on the front cover it said the South invades New York City, and Pickles was.
Oh yeah, I do remember
I'm
that.
like, I'm not stopping until I invade New York City.
I know. Well, come on now. I'll help. I promise. Yeah, I would love that. Yeah, there aren't many pickle companies up here that I can well, I that's not true. Actually, I'm eating those words because
there's Rick Sticks and there's Brooklyn Brine.
And and I don't know about specific smaller companies, but in the Lower East Side, that's known as like the pickle place. Yeah, it's yeah, like
be there. We gotta go there next.
I know. Well, yeah, I don't know. I haven't. There's like a pickle festival that happens every year.
I do know about that. I've wanted to go do it.
It happens there. Yeah, we'll go next time.
Okay.
We were close though. We were in Soho.
Yeah.
When we ate dinner. Yeah, so we'll go.
All right, I want you to, do you have a rug somewhere you can show?
I do. I have these two.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny. They're normally, I have 4 of these. They're hanging in a row in my living room typically, but I hung them here for this. Yeah, so there's a little lobster plate with little lemons, and then this fishbone guy with some cherry tomatoes. Yeah, I actually haven't shaved them down, so they're kind of messy right now, but I keep putting it off.
Kitty cat here taught herself how to hand tuck, or what do you want to call it, rugs, and design them, and she takes commissions. It's pretty amazing. I am still sad I don't have. I mean, Rosie has one in her room.
Oh yeah.
That one, and then a little one that you made her on the wall. But I really want one. I really want like a good one. Come back. Okay.
Sorry, my phone was telling me it's on low battery. I know, and I charged my phone before this and everything. Yes, sorry, I'm like stirring and talking, but I need to make you a rug ASAP.
Just a wall hanging, because
totally. I mean, I feel like those are just because the handmade nature of these rugs, yes, they do hold up, but they're not like what is that company called? Like Ruggable, that they make those rugs that you could like throw in the washing machine.
I mean, no, that's not what you're doing.
That is not what I'm doing. Yeah, of course. Sometimes people ask though, they're like, is this machine washable? I'm like, no, not at all. Yeah, I love it very much. I've got a huge frame in my bedroom right now that I'm working off of. So I'm just getting, I haven't really made rugs, my personal rugs. I started off like teaching rug making classes when I moved here, but I haven't made my own rugs in some time. So I'm just now getting back to doing that. Yeah. I'm gonna try to incorporate, I want to make a few different styles of this art form. So I want to make big ones. So the largest I can go with my frame is 7 by 4, which is kind of a weird size.
Sort of
But
entryway. Some
yeah, definitely. If you have if you have a wider entryway for us, it would be like a 1 by 8 or something. But yeah, so I could definitely make like more sizable rugs.
let people know like how. I don't want your phone to die before you let people know
Oh yeah.
how to find you and contact you if they want to maybe have a rug made and
Yeah, I mean,
decide.
I will say I'm probably not going to take commissions for a second just because I want to I was actually talking about this with Alejandro like last night, but I really want to build up a website, and I want to build up stock for that website, and I want it to be personal. So I'm working on that for now. So it might be a few months. Let's call it like the new year that I might start taking commissions. But I could always put like a queue out. I'm best reached by Instagram, which is Kitty Makes Rugs. And that's kind of the only place that I have been receiving rug commissions, but otherwise, I am going to be making a website within the next month. And so you post so much. I'm going to just tell you what my website, I'm sure like without me even like saying like post this, you're just going to do it anyway. But it's going to be something along those lines. And also,
Everybody needs a cheerleader, so you got to have.
yeah, I know you're the best one. You are. Oh my gosh, I wish you could smell this right now.
I hope you cannot smell what I just cooked. Ugh.
Why?
Oh, cat. You know I hate floor taint. Pancetta,
Wait.
and you know what I'm talking about.
I do know it just cracks me up every time you say that.
If it's a male or female, or if they didn't like cut its nuts off before it was
Oh gosh.
so gross. And so now this is going to be a Dad wants to know if he can walk across. You can walk across. You can say, "Hey, it's boar taint."
Oh no, it's boar taint.
So it's
She can smell it.
gonna end up
Thank you,
being
Trina.
it's gonna end up being a vegetarian meal just like yours because I can't eat that.
No.
I had to stop. I had to turn off the pan when it started.
Oh no. I was wondering, I feel like I'm like doing a bunch of stuff and then I didn't.
I'm like up here going like this, like no, thank you.
Oh my gosh. I've been having bad luck with avocados recently. Look how good this one is. Right?
Where did
It's
you get
perfect. Trader Joe's.
Yeah, Trader Joe's. I seem to have the best luck with their avocados. I don't know what they do. I don't care. They're good.
Right.
And
Right. Yeah, I know. I think avocados this year just haven't been very good either.
everything is really hard right now, like produce wise. Like we're having a hard time with our the pickle business because we'll get like a whole like bushel of cucumbers and the very top layer will be beautiful, but they're hiding all the mush down below. So just know that at your markets, like they're just ordering this produce just like we are, and the top part is good, but they're hiding the nasty stuff.
The bad stuff. Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, it's very.
No, that's so disappointing.
But I mean, so everybody's struggling like that. I think that a lot of produce might be just sitting on trucks.
Yeah.
It's not. I can't blame it. There's nobody at fault. It's
Right. But still, it's just it's It sucks. Oh, I forgot to mention, I'm topping our salads off with this. Which I'm a little low, so.
Well, you should be. You should. I mean, I should keep you stocked up better than I do.
It's okay. It's okay. We're coming. I mean, I guess we can't take it on a plane, but I'll pack it up myself when we're there.
This smell is driving me so crazy. I gotta put a lid on this.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. This smells so good. I hate to bring it to you. I feel like Trader Joe's just sponsor me right now. Honestly, Trader Joe's is the cheapest grocery store in New York. Why are you laughing?
I love Trader Joe's too.
Okay. I don't know what I thought. I thought you were seeing something in the distance.
So I was like pointing at you saying like, yeah, Trader Joe's should sponsor you.
Yeah. Hello. I don't know if they sponsor anybody, but they should sponsor me and they should sponsor you.
Like people keep saying like oh, you should sell your pickles to Trader Joe's. I'm like, well, if I did, they'd put their name on them.
Right. They don't do, they do private labeling on every product except for like maybe 2 or 3 that I've seen.
So the good thing is, I guess, is that most of the products that they have, they found through just liking these products so much that they wanted to put their name on them.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, that could be good, but it's like, as soon as pickles are available at Trader Joe's, but it's kind of like a dupe, then I don't know. I feel like that's gonna catch on pretty quick. So but to talk them up a little bit, have you had the seasoning? Everything but the elote?
I have not had that one.
It's so good. Right. This one, they have.
Hold on. You keep talking. I'm going to go grab another seasoning.
Okay. Well, hi, guys. They've got a citrusy garlic seasoning, which we are out, but I'm using the last little bits. It's so good. Honestly, the ranch one is really good.
You do need to be sponsored by Trader Joe's.
I know.
I'm balancing you out by a local brand, Lane's Barbecue from Bethlehem, Georgia. Cubano.
I love. Yeah, that's how it should be. I've been.
Let me tell you a trick though that I just learned. This reminded me when I smelled it. So lately, meat prices are so high. And so we've been buying like really very inexpensive cuts of beef from Bell's.
Yeah.
So the other night we were like trying to think about how to tenderize it. Because when you're getting the cheaper cuts.
Yeah, you gotta sort of marinate it, get it prepared.
So I found out you just take a fork and you just kind of in the meat. And that's not all. That's not even, you probably don't even need to do that part. You just take your favorite seasoning, your Trader Joe's seasoning. And then you mix baking soda.
Baking soda?
Not baking powder, but baking soda.
Okay.
It's a rub. Because I know you like the dry rub kind of seasoning, like we
yeah.
And you put that on the meat on both sides and just like put it in the fridge for a while. The last time I was able to do it for like an hour, but I would imagine if you did it overnight, wow. Baking soda. That's what's in meat.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Why buy a meat tenderizer? Like when you can have your favorite seasoning and make it yourself.
Right. No. And you said baking soda, not baking powder.
Yeah. So I do it at Trader Joe's actually. Um,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I spent like 99 cents on mine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right? You can get it anywhere, but a lot of people put it in their refrigerators, like to keep smells down. Like I'm like, why would there be a bad smell in your fridge?
Right. Maybe you should throw some things out. That's so funny.
It's like something did. I grew up with it. Like there's always a little box of baking soda in the fridge, but I never understood.
I know. Every time, so I mean, we've just sort of like for my adult life, I've rental hopped, and most of the time I've not even stayed somewhere a year, or it's been like a year, not really more than that. And then I would just go to a different property, blah blah blah. Every single rental place that I had ever rented from, the fridge would be empty, but there would be a box of baking soda in it. So funny. I mean, I guess, like there's no harm in sort of having this like, at least it's not like a bunch of chemicals or something, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, very, very funny. And then I would just not take it out because I was like, feels like it, I don't know, like why would I take it out and throw it away?
This might be the biggest conspiracy theory. Like what? Curious box of Arm & Hammer baking soda.
Yeah. I don't know why I just thought of this, so random, but Mom, I need to tell you about these anchovies. You're gonna love them. If you ever see their Patagonia provisions,
Here I come.
it's Patagonia's brand of anchovies. I cannot find any. I've been buying anchovies a lot. Just
Now, are these like these are like salted and like they're not.
No, they're light in flavor. Like they're like whole silver anchovies. I've never found them. They're canned.
I've never found that.
Me either. Yeah, until these. They have this one, which is lemon olive, and then they have another one that's like, I don't remember what it is, but it's savory. But
I'd love to put those on a plate and just like grate an onion, like just grate it. Where'd you go? Oh, I think Kat left us. But anyway, she was showing us those anchovies. They're white anchovies, and I really like to take an onion and just grate it, and like lay the anchovies out on a plate, grate onion over that, and then dice up pickled carrots, like really small dice, and sprinkle that over that, and just like eat that with crackers. Anyway, I'm going to stop this recording and hopefully we'll come back in a little while. And if not, I hope you enjoyed this time with me and my daughter cooking in the kitchen. I have to find my glasses. And no, I did not cook my food. It's stuck. It's stuck so bad.